We're back. Welcome back to the Self-Love Lounge
with Lisa
and Inez. Hi,
Hey.
everyone.
Hey,
Hope you guys
guys.
are doing well. Welcome back to a new episode. Thank you again for all the likes and the comments. We appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Thank you.
So what are we going to talk about today?
We are talking about when reality surpasses the dream.
We randomly decided that we're going to talk about this topic, but we know for a fact that a lot of you guys will relate to what we're about to discuss.
Right.
Because we ourselves did go through the same thing. And each one of us have a different story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes the expectations comes out totally different from your reality.
Correct.
Or your reality comes out totally different from what you expected or from the dream you had on your mind for yourself growing up.
Exactly. You know,
So,
it could have started when you were 15.
Mm-hmm.
It could have started when you was 18, home with your parents, or either, you know, starting college. So sometimes your plan is all laid out in your mind, what you want it to be or what you plan for it to be. But sometimes life just don't bring it into, you know, the form of, you know, what you want it to be or what it should be in your eyesight. So that's what we're going to be talking on today, of how things sometimes just don't roll out like we want it to roll out, even if we planned it to a T.
When you talk about how to embrace the unexpected, and how expectations versus reality, and how to grow. Like, how does all the unexpected things that happen in life can lead to growth or personal growth.
Right. And not everything that seems to be going wrong is always wrong. You know, even though, like you said, we plan something at a young age and expect it to just roll out a certain way and be just flawless. You know, it can just completely just be turned upside down. And where do we go from there?
Yeah.
How do we pick that ball up and we, you know, tuck it back up and we run it again, you know, and run it so that it can benefit us and not damage us.
Yeah. Yeah. That part, not damage you. You know, if you ask a lot of people, how did you plan your life when you were young, it will be totally different from what they're going through right now.
Yes.
Or how they're living life right now. But at the same time, if you ask them, would you go back and change it or change the person you became today, they will be like, no.
No. Especially if it's children involved.
Yeah.
Because you know that if you go back to a certain point and those babies or that baby is not involved, or if you have a husband or whoever, you know, that's involved, yeah, you wouldn't take that back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if it had went the way you thought it should have been or planned, that wouldn't have been in the plan at the moment.
That's true. That's true.
How I look at it.
Yeah, that's true.
So what stories do you have? I know everybody have their story, and maybe we can kind of give an example of our story. And that's the reason why we chose to do this episode, because even when you think that you have life all planned out as a teenager, a young adult, baby, it sometimes do not go nearly near that area. But the thing is, whatever life gives you, you take it and you make it
and
with whatever, and you embrace it. So with my story, just a little bit of it, and then Inez is going to tell a little bit of hers.
Yeah.
So, of course, my journey started as teenager, probably 15, 16. I loved art all through my young age, probably 10. Whenever I realized I could draw, I just loved art.
Mm.
So I would sit up and draw all the time. Mama would, every Christmas, she would buy me art stuff. So, I just sat there and I doodled, and everything about me was art. Whether it was me, my clothing, my, the art of drawing, anything, I don't care what it is. I love to make things. So it was just all about art. So in my head, I start building in my head, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I should be an artist. So, and I started thinking, okay, I'm going to start putting in as a young age, at a young age to universities and stuff. And I was in art school, blah, blah, blah. I keep going on. I was in the 11th grade and I started submitting letters to an Art Institute of Atlanta here, and I was accepted, in my 12th grade year. Well, I'm ready to go. I mean, I'm all accepted. I'm excited. I'm going in the Art Institute of Atlanta, but I was going in under fashion design.
Ooh, that's nice.
So I was, at that point, it was all about the clothes. I had already had a portfolio full of dresses, outfits, full. I had sent some to the school and I still had a bunch of them at home, just ready to show them off. I can even see them being made. I took sewing. I did it all. And, so my mama told me, she said, Lisa, I want you to go to college. But if you do anything to jeopardize or get pregnant, she said, it's one thing I don't want you to do. And that's get pregnant before you go to school. If you can do that for me, then I'll let you do whatever you want to do. And I tried and I was doing good, but it was one slip up that I had. And I got pregnant. And when I had to tell my mom I was pregnant in the 12th grade, that crushed me because I knew that she told me if I was pregnant or I got pregnant before I, left, that I was not going to be able to go. And she told me, she said, baby, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you for you being accepted in the school. But I told you, you cannot go to college because you got to raise your children. Those are your kids. You made a mistake and got pregnant at a young age. So you're going to have to stay here and you've got to raise your daughter, your babies at the time. And that tore me apart. I felt like my whole world ended, even though I had life growing in my belly. So, make another long story short, I couldn't get mad with her. I was mad with myself. Because I let her down. I let myself down. And I have a baby that's growing inside my stomach and I'm so totally lost. And I know I have to start from scratch with them. It at the time, because I didn't know I was carrying twins. And it was scary, and it was a sad moment. And then that's my foundation of my thinking that my life was going to take off like a rocket in certain one way, but just that quick it declined and hit rock bottom. So I'm going to leave it there for a second, and I'll let Inez go into hers, and then I'll come back at the end and I'll tell you the ending of my story.
Wow. And this is just and the fact that you were a baby yourself.
Exactly.
So you didn't even figure out what you want to do for yourself. I'm not going to talk about when I was young, because I feel like when I was young, I didn't have choices based on the culture I was in. But I'm going to talk about how sometimes, even when you're an adult and you have a separate life and you make your own choices as an adult, and sometimes you do miss, and it's not about the choice you made. It's just because you didn't pay attention enough.
Right.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I made everything right. Like, I was taking courses to learn about pregnancy. I was watching a lot of videos. I was just educating myself about the pregnancy all the time. I didn't leave the house. I was making sure I'm not in a uncomfortable environment.
Anything
I was
harmful.
just on my own bubble, just doing my best to stay calm, embracing the pregnancy, living the good life. And it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it was the best period of my life, though there was pain and stuff, but it was still amazing. I made
beautiful.
it. So I made sure that I get really, really educated. I was signing up for courses, online courses with like midwives, and I would do a couple like from different countries even,
Right.
just to make sure that I have everything.
Very knowledgeable on
Yeah.
what's going on and coming.
Yeah. So I was ready. I was ready to the point that if I got into labor right now, I know exactly what to do. If I'm about to give birth, I can just give birth at home. I don't even have to go to the hospital.
Good.
And one day, just out of nowhere, I go to a normal visit. It was just an ultrasound, and then the doctor was like, something isn't right. I think you need to go see someone else. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you just go to another hospital where they have an NICU because you might have your baby early.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what is that supposed to mean? So she was like, yeah, just go. And then I go to another hospital, and then they figure out it's IUGR, and it's going to be an emergency C-section.
Could you tell everyone what IUGR is?
IUGR is basically, I don't know the full term, but it's a condition where like the baby's not getting enough oxygen and nutrition through the placenta. The placenta is not sending enough oxygen to the baby. So the baby's not growing right because the baby's not getting enough oxygen. So I was ready to give natural birth. But after all the study that I've done, I didn't read a single
thing about that
information about C-section. Nothing. I didn't, not even one information.
Yeah.
I made sure that I studied everything about natural birth. And C-section, I was like, wait, hold on. I don't know nothing about C-section. How does it even happen? Like, what do they do? And let alone that was my first surgery ever. I've never had surgeries in my life. I've never broke anything, thank God.
Right.
I never had stitches.
Right.
I was extra careful. So to go through a surgery, oh my God, that was just the scariest thing.
That it happened so quickly, so you wasn't able to be educated on it.
I didn't even have time. I was in a shock. I was crying the whole time. And right now, my baby's life is in danger.
Right. So
I gotta let my fears on the side and focus on this baby. And I'm so scared, but at the same time, I'm afraid something will happen to my baby.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Whatever it is, just let it happen. I want this baby to be okay. So, this is one of the things that I always think about. Like, I had this perfect dream of having a natural birth, and it could have been at home. It could have been at the pool that I was going to buy.
Just so cool and so smooth, but it didn't turn out that way.
The reality turned to be something else, and then the story keeps going with what happened, and then the NICU, and then the C-section, and all the stuff that I didn't know. Like, I had to read all over again and study all over again about what I'm going through, the symptoms, why do I feel this way, what am I supposed to do?
Right. So
it was a whole different reality from my expectations.
Right.
And this is the first thing that I was shocked with as an adult. Because it was totally different. But you know what? I'm not taking it in a bad way. I'm not complaining. It made me stronger. You know?
It really did.
Yeah, and it made me think in a way where like, don't look in as like, don't limit your perspective or the way you see things.
Right.
Just put some different plans out there. Okay, what if this didn't work? I might go to the next one. What if this didn't work? I might go to the second one.
Yeah.
So just don't limit yourself, you know.
And we I don't know why for one, we're young. We don't think of plan B. Yeah. We're always mostly on plan A. So this is why we're having the podcast to kind of, tell the ones that it's maybe, that's maybe planning their future a little bit. Give yourself a little plan B, just in case plan A, because it really don't even matter about that, because just know that if that plan A do not work as planned, bounce it back to whatever you can bounce it to, and keep it moving. And like Inez just said about her situation, And the point of going into C-section, you know, and all that and everything was so scary. The exact same thing happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ended up with twins, and my twins came early.
Mm-hmm.
They came really early.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a shock. Everything was, you know, let's go. Let's get the babies out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their life is in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened so quick. It was so scary. So things like that, going from thinking you're going to college, to finding out you're pregnant,
with twins,
and then C-section, they're coming early. So it's just boom, 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 boom. And you don't have time to think. Mm-hmm. You don't have time to get ready for a plan B. Mm-hmm. You just got to roll with it and just whenever it slows down, figure it out then what you're going to do next.
Yeah. And then the NICU part where your baby's right there, but they're not with you.
Mm-mm.
So you just have to sit down and wait.
Man, I didn't even get a chance to touch my baby for a whole month.
Yeah.
Literally, I did not touch. I did. I take that back. Whenever I had the twins, one lady, when they brought both of them in the room to see me, one lady let me put my finger in one of the incubators.
Yeah.
And it was Toya. And I was able to put my finger in there, and Toya grabbed.
Oh.
She happened to grab my finger.
Oh my God.
A little bit. Her whole hand went around the very first little section of my finger.
Yeah.
And when I saw that whole hand on my finger, I said, take them now.
I know.
They are too little and too precious. Get my babies out of here, and you take them and take care of my babies now.
I know.
And I was like, I'll see y'all when y'all better.
Yeah.
And it went from there, and I fell in love with them. Mm-hmm. Time I saw them, I fell in love, and the dream that I had before,
it didn't even matter anymore.
It did not matter. No.
If you can go back and they will ask you want to live with those babies or you want to take back
when
your dream,
laid eyes,
you will just cancel the dream.
Everything.
Yeah,
I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is where you take those changes and those, what do you call them, hiccups, and you just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because sometimes those hiccups is a gift.
Yeah, and it's something that you didn't even know that you need. Mm-hmm. And it will be like the only thing that will straighten you up in life in a way that you didn't even realize. Mm-hmm. Like with my daughter's situation, a lot of people don't know that I have a certain condition, which is very, very rare genetic disorder.
Right.
And I always had these dreams of like, I'm gonna run with my baby. She's gonna do this. She's gonna do that. And then suddenly, you have a baby who might not even be able to walk or talk or show you how they feel and that stuff. But at the same time, it teaches you patience, and it teaches you that you can love, like you can love this soul even if they didn't give you what you want.
You think it just dawned on me when you said that that sometimes God blesses us in a way that it humbles us down where we maybe did not get a certain thing, and He put that into us in a different form that we're able to see it in a different eye and see how grateful we are to actually be able to walk and be able to do these things. And maybe our parents didn't slow down enough to nurture us and to love us like we wanted them to. And we're able to, cause we're forced to do it with our child that cannot get up and do those things. So we'll slow down so that we have to do those things.
Yeah.
But and you're putting into them when that's all you ever wanted.
Yeah.
So you're getting that feeling by feeling your child. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're trying to say. And sometimes it brings out a certain side of you that you didn't even know that you had. Whatever that side is. For me, it's patience.
Right.
I always kept on saying, I'm the most impatient person on earth. Like, I can't wait on food in a restaurant. I can't wait for you to deliver my car. I can't wait for a lot of things. And I'll literally get irritated.
Your baby had you.
Yes.
It put patience into you because you had to be patient for her.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
Wow.
had to change, like, I had to change everything
Mm-hmm.
since the day I got pregnant. My voice, the tone, the
Mm-hmm.
way I talk, the way I see things, the way I
Yep.
understand people, the way I accept things, everything changed.
Yep. And the weirdest thing is it all changed around the baby in your life.
Mhm.
Like that life, that moment, that everything kind of
Mhm.
trickled down with each other
Mhm.
into forming who you are now as
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
mother, as a
Mhm.
wife, as a woman.
Yeah.
All of it works together.
Mhm.
And you're looking like, if I had went to school that place, yeah, I would have loved it because that was my plan.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have had Saya.
Exactly. She
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
have
here, and
had
I wouldn't change that. I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't have
change that for the
had
world.
just all that
Yeah.
joy. It ain't always like hard. Like I had the twins. Everything was double, but
I
Dutch
can't
as
even
they say.
imagine.
So it was like, but I had family that was here to help me,
Mhm.
but I still had to do a lot of stuff myself.
Mhm.
I was not married. I was only 19. I had
Yeah.
twins, and I'm trying to do all this and it was not easy, but those little babies brought
Mm.
me so much joy.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about school. But what I did was when I got to the point where I was able to put them in daycare or, had them big enough and old enough so that I can let them go to school somewhere, I said, now it's my time. But until then, I took care of them. My life was all about them.
Mhm.
And I believe they were in, I think, pre-K at that
Mm.
point. And I went to school then. And
Oh.
I kept it in the art field.
Mm.
I went to school for cosmetology.
Mm.
So I did hair for a couple of years
Mm.
and I figured let me do something where I'm still in the art field, but
Mm.
at the same time, I can be my own boss and
Yeah.
still raise these
Yeah.
twins and still be there for them, and as a single mom, I'm able to do it all and
Mm.
make enough money, at the same time.
Yeah.
So they're not lacking and I'm not lacking. So yeah,
Yeah.
we can do this, y'all. We can make this thing work when it don't work out the way we plan. We can still,
Mhm.
let this ball roll in our
Yeah.
favor.
Yeah. You can always use the way that your plans and reality changes. You can use it for your own personal growth. You just have to change the way you look at it.
Right.
And instead of saying, oh, my dreams didn't work out for me, or like, I couldn't get this done, or like, I failed. No, take it in a way where your path is being changed for
Mhm.
the best.
Mhm.
And it's going to benefit you no matter what.
And never let your kids or show your kids or let your kids feel that they was the reason that your success or your story didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. Never make them feel like if I didn't have you, I could have been here, I could have been doing this. Don't
Yeah.
ever say that. I've heard so many people say that to their kids. Like, if it wasn't for you, I would have been over, or I had, doing this, or would have been
Yeah.
married to so and so basketball player. But he don't want, somebody with
Yeah.
kids or
Yeah.
something. Never do that. Never make them feel like it's their fault because it's not. You
I
did
know.
that.
I know. But you know what's the good thing? I feel like nowadays most of the people or this generation are aware.
Mm-hmm.
There's awareness everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
people are mindful of the way they
They
say things.
mindful.
With like the social media and the awareness that's
Right.
going on, people are being really, really mindful of the way they talk to their kids, their parents, and
I
the way
hope
they see
so.
life. So I really hope so.
I hope
I
so
really
too.
hope
I
so.
know it's out there. That's the
There
good
is, yeah,
thing.
definitely.
It's totally out there.
Yeah.
Just listen. Just take, as I say, take heed to it. Really, it's out there for everybody. Back, when I was younger, a lot of the education was not as, it wasn't out there or reachable as it is now. Everybody have social media, and all the different things that they can, like podcasts and all this. You cannot say that you don't know or you cannot find out what
Exactly.
you need to find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. You don't have an
So
excuse, to
yeah,
be
none
honest.
at all. And never just make, like I say, make your child feel like it's their fault when the options and the resources was always there for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and always try to embrace the unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
You had a plan, it didn't work the way you want it to work. Just make the best out of whatever
Mm-hmm.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just embrace it.
Embrace it and
Yeah.
make something, like they say, take lemons and make lemonade.
Yeah, you want oranges, you love oranges, but
Yeah,
life will give you lemonade. Make a
do it.
make a lemonade.
Do it.
Make it the way you love it.
That's it. Those
So,
apples turn ripe. Make
yeah,
a pie.
don't but don't just stop your life or dig a hole and go into it and be like, "Oh, my
Yeah.
life just stopped. I can't do
Or
anything."
give your kids
And you know
away
what?
because you feel like they're stopping me from my dreams.
Yeah, I see a lot of people with just, I don't know. It's so sad that once their life turn a certain way, they don't look on that side and be like, "Oh, let me just see what I can do with
Mm-hmm.
this." I used to be one, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I didn't have the awareness I had today.
Right.
I wasn't in the right environment to make me think right. But as you said, nowadays you don't have an
You don't
excuse.
have not
You can
one
search
excuse.
whatever. You can there's a solution for whatever
What
going
you
on in
just
this.
put me on, baby?
What?
Chat what?
Chat GPT. Oh yeah,
All day
everybody knows about
long.
that.
I
Yeah.
love it. But so, like I say, it's no excuse. This lady, man, whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, your best friend,
Mm-hmm.
down to cheating on homework.
But yeah, just try to embrace the unexpected. And
Mm-hmm.
I know some people will just not even expect certain things for themselves. They
Mm-mm.
will always see it and they'll be like, "Oh, that's not gonna happen to me. That will happen so and so." But don't say that.
Don't
You never
ever
know what
say,
happens in
never
life.
know what life
Yeah,
brings.
you never know because illness,
Mm-hmm.
death,
Right.
poverty. You never know. A
Right.
lot of things might change, and life
My
is not stable. Life changes
right.
in like a blink of an eye.
That's so true. Like my brother, I lost my brother at 21.
Mm.
He's, in his head, he probably was thinking he had a whole life ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
His whole he was not able to live out his life. He did happen to have two kids
Mm.
at a young age,
Mm.
and even being that he didn't make it,
Mm.
his kids, we can look back and we can see him in his children. And his children, we can teach them how their daddy was and,
Mm.
what he loved and everything. So that journey that he may have been on, and he was on a journey because he's always talking about going into the military and this and
Yeah.
that. And so we can tell them, and maybe they can pick up the torch and run it on to the finish
Yeah.
line for him, So even after death, sometimes it's not over, because even if they don't, have kids, or if they did have kids, just run that torch for them.
Mm-hmm.
Make a memorial for them that's what they want to do, and you can kind of make that dream happen still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't sit down and think that life don't change. If you're going through a bad situation,
Mm-hmm.
it will get better one day.
Yes.
If you're up there on the top, don't you ever think that you can't come down one day.
Right.
So just live life in a way where like you don't really hurt anyone. You don't really have very, very high expectations to the point that it doesn't happen to just crash you. And don't lower your
Right.
expectations to the point that you can't even pull yourself up and be like, "Oh, I deserve this." Just live in balance,
That's right.
Live in balance and make yourself open for different things. Accept whatever happens to
Right.
you. Embrace it. Take it with like an open heart and be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, I'm here right now. Let me take the best out of
This
this."
is not where I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's it. That's
yeah,
it.
that's
Life
all.
is beautiful, and we have to just take that ball and run with it.
Yep. Yep.
Pick it up and keep it moving.
Yeah.
If you can't pick it up, kick it.
Exactly. That's actually nice.
Keep
Yeah.
kicking it till you can pick it up, So, yeah. Just never know. The end is not the end until it's the end.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, I guess that's it. We came to an end.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like, share,
Share.
subscribe. And yeah, please guys, if you have any subjects or whatever it is
topics,
topics you want us to discuss,
comments,
just let us know.
whatever, just a testimony of how we this. Well, it's not us, because we're actually speaking as we're you all, so
Yeah.
we're living in this thing and walking in this thing too. We're just actually bringing our conversations to
Yeah.
you all so that it can touch you like it touches us
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time. So yeah, just give it to somebody else. This is a gift. We're doing this as a gift, and just spread this gift to other people. It may not resonate or mean anything for you, but find someone that you may think it will touch.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't know anyone, put it out there in the atmosphere. It will touch somebody if it's meant for them.
Yeah, and if you have any topics you would like us to discuss in the future, just let us know. If you have any stories you would like to tell us, just go ahead and write it down in the comments. We'll definitely see it. And thank you for being here. We love you all, and as we always say, it begins with you.
And it ends with you. Love always.